Grip has been on Steam Early Access for a little while now, and if you can't really tell, this is Rollcage, which appeared on PS1 and PC like 1999 or 2000. And actually the name of the developers derived their name from it, as they are called Caged Element Incorporated. Grip had a Kickstarter, but it was canceled and came to Steam Early Access anyway. Grip is due out early this year, so I want to take a look at the game as it gets close to the finish line. Now, looking at the vehicles of Grip outside of Rollcage, looks like those Tyco RC cars, like the Rebound ads.
Tyco Rebound! It does stunts no other RC can perform! Only Tyco Rebound does in-your-face flips and the Sidewinder! Tyco Rebound does almost anything your twisted mind can come up with! Like hang-time twists, 360 spins, radio control for blinding speed and incredible stunts! Battery packs sold separately. Tyco RC, maximum heat! There is only one Tyco Rebound!
I never actually had one, but I always imagined what that would have been like. And that was Rollcage, and now Grip. So we're going to jump into a single event here. There's kind of three different sets here. There's Parkour, where you're just doing jumps and stuff as if you were taking out the RC car, to your backyard or whatever. And there's some arena deathmatch stuff. But kind of the core of the game is racing. You got your classic race, your ultimate race, your elimination race, and time trial. So I'm just going to jump into a classic race. There are 4 planets, counting 4 planets, and then a number of races within. So I'm going to jump in on something pretty easy. Let's give ourselves some weather. So there's a boost you can get if you get the timing right, but I've never gotten this timing right. Nah. The soundtrack is awesome. So you, kind of going over the basics here. So you can hit all these boost pads, and if you go fast enough, then you can drive on the ceiling. And as you kind of saw in the ad and kind of the way that these vehicles are designed, that if you flip over, you'll still be able to drive. This game's all about momentum, and especially forward momentum. So it's just, they constantly want you moving. They constantly want you, trying to slow down your opponents with these weapon distractions. Like, look how cool that was. Like, I kind of messed that up, but the game still made me look cool doing it. So I've got boosts that I'm not using, which I'm doing now. You get power-ups, kind of defensive and offensive ones. So I just put up a defensive barrier on my back end here, so that if I get shot or missiled or whatever, it's going to take the brunt. Now I'm using a boost. Oh man, that was good. So I'm pretty hurt here. Things are starting to come back. But despite getting hit twice like that, I was able to recover. That's what I'm really liking about this game, is that I feel like, oh boy, I feel like no matter how rotten things get, I'm able to kind of recover and bring myself back. This isn't great, but now it's fixing itself. I'm doing not great at all. Obviously, pre-recording, I was getting well within the top 5 at least. But that's okay. This is just a lot of fun. Oh, God, that felt great. Only 7th, but like that just feels great. So things that you do gives you experience and you start to level up. So it's about balancing these power-ups. You can hold 2 at a time. Do something a little crazy. Hold 2 at a time, so you can kind of choose between the 2, which one you use over another, and there is some tactics to that. Oh man, I hope I get this timing right. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get, right? So it's, kind of just getting what you get and then trying to do your best to use it tactically to your advantage to win. I like this race a lot because it gets to show off a lot more of the... Oh, yeah. The craziness. Oh, I messed that up. I messed it up. Sorry. I really like being able to get these speed boosts. Like, it just makes me feel so good. But, they can pick them up too and use them, so... the AI is pretty good. They offer a really good challenge. The soundtrack is fantastic. I'm really liking this drum and bass that they've got going on. I forget what this power-up is for, what that is, but it wasn't initiated by me. Oh, man. This is one game where I don't feel, like, disoriented by the things that are going on. Like, I may get turned around or whatever, but, like, I feel like I'm always conscious of what is happening. And a game that can be this frantic and this fast, I'm doing 350 miles an hour. Like, I need to know what's going on. Being able to kind of convey that information at a glance is super important. So I should probably stop doing that, but honestly, it's just too much fun not to. Oh boy. I like doing the flips. This is a gorgeous game too. I love the look, I love the sound. It feels really good. I'm using a controller to play, and it just feels great. Not only like is the information that they're giving about like what's happening solid, but I'm like in control of everything. Like, yeah, like I lose control here and there, but honestly, like this is on me. Like this is me. That's my fault. That was me causing that problem. But like the actual movement feels good. And honestly, there's just nothing like this out there. Kind of the way it handles, twists and turns and stuff. Like some racers that have like, tunnels and stuff, it's like, okay, well, whatever, it's just there. But here it's, it's a way to kind of dodge, incoming fire or, oh boy, reset. It can be used in ways that I'm not using it, but it can be used in ways to benefit yourself or get the AI into trouble and, get them to do something, slows them down and allows you to take advantage of that. Spun that dude out. Not shooting at that guy. look at that. I mean, that just feels great. Like, I was messing that up. Straight up. But the game, like, made me look cool doing it. Put that on. Where am I? 4th? Alright, that's cool. Oh, I need to get that guy. Alright, 3rd. Perfect. That makes me feel better. So we'll do a couple more of these races. It's honestly just a lot of fun. Like, it's nostalgic, but it's very modern feeling at the same time. This is hard, but I want to see some lava. So I'm playing this game in 1440p, and I'm getting well over 60 frames per second, mostly in the hundreds. This game just runs so well. So I've never actually raced on this version of the course. I've raced on this planet, but not here before. So I don't really know what I'm in for. So looking at the ratings, it's the track itself is a hard track, not the opponent difficulty. That's a separate thing. Oh boy, reset. That's a separate thing. Oh yeah, and what I like here is when I reset, like the game like makes me go fast. Like a lot of racing games will place you back onto the track, but you're going, you know, like 0 miles an hour. Like, this one puts you in motion, fully understanding that, like, hey, this is a fast game, you need to be moving fast. Oh my god. So I shotgunned that guy, and that couldn't have gone better for me. Oh my god, yes. Oh no. Oh, yes. Yes. No, wait. Ah. Man, I got a little out of control there. I'm having a lot of fun on this track though, I'll tell you that. I tell you, this game looks great. Oh boy. See, it's another thing right there. Like, I totally messed it up, but like, the game made me look good regardless. Like, flipping over should never be, you know, a thing that is problematic. Having the wheels, you know, available to you on any side that you flip on is just such a great way to race. Like, I love that. So there's an alternate path there, it looks like, but oh my god, I'm so okay with that. Whew. This track is fantastic, and I'm not talking about what I'm doing here, I'm talking about the music. Like, this song is just awesome for what's happening. Oh man. Well, there goes my number 2 spot that I had. Keep missing a lot of these power-ups as well. Oh boy. Nope. Oh, yep, yep. This is just cool stuff, man. I like this game a whole hell of a lot. I definitely remember playing Rollcage on PC. I don't know if it was just like a demo disc or in what way I played it, but that's definitely the way I remember playing it. Maybe I played the demo or the full game at a friend's house on PlayStation 1, but it was definitely on PC for me, for my, like, the most experience that I've had with a game like this. Oh. They don't make them like this anymore. Like, that's such a cliche way of describing a game or talking about a game that is kind of very nostalgia and you know, just focused on remaking something, but they just don't make them like this anymore, and I don't get why, because this is just so insanely fun. I love hyper-realism of other games like this, or, you know, of racing games, but I went over the finish line, but I still placed. Alright, let's do another one. Alright, let's do the Wace. I feel like some of these tracks are even inspired from Rollcage as well. I don't remember the names or so much their exact layout, but like I'm seeing a resemblance and likeness to these tracks that I remember playing all those years ago. This is a very Mad Max look and feel to it. Too close. That's another thing to factor into, is when you're using these power-ups, you kind of have to use them accordingly. So it's one thing to kind of know when you're going to use these, but you also need to know how. So you need to know, okay, this is, you know, a close range weapon and I need to lock on, or this is long range, so I kind of need to let it, you know, not only lock on, but be far enough away for it to do its damage. Or there's the ones like the shotgun blast where like you need to be right up on them, or the Gatling gun, you need to be relatively close so that, you know, you can get hits on them. You know, having all that stuff in consideration is, it's a thinking man's racing game and combat game. You don't have to play it this way even. Like, you can just focus on the racing and not really use any of the power-ups unless, you know, it's like the speed ones or whatever. So, I just used one of my power-ups to do damage on that. So the environmental destruction is a factor. Oof. Oh. You do have a handbrake, and should something like another racer be like in the road, you can actually jump over them. I don't want to do the jump right now, but oh, the Gatling gun is no joke. So when I go through here, if I jump, then, you know, flips me under, and game's all about momentum. You know, it's just always need to be moving forward. You always need to be going fast, like, and the game makes sure of it. you know, it's whether it be a ramp, whether it be a flip, whether it be a boost pad, you know, something. There's always something to make sure that you're going where you need to be going as fast as possible. I messed up. So you get some air control when you go in the air, whether on purpose or accident. It's just all a matter of letting go of the gas and then using the left analog stick to control where you want to be going. Whew. Oh boy. Man. I am cruising for a bruising here. There's multiplayer to the game too, so you can do all of this online with strangers, with friends, and you can set up your own custom rules for like how things are going to go, and it's honestly a blast. I don't need to be out here. You know, and this came out at a time that, and I'm actually referring to Rollcage. Rollcage came out at a time where Mario Kart existed, Twisted Metal existed, but like this feels decidedly different. And Grip really captures Rollcage in every necessary way that it should, and kind of throws out all the things that it shouldn't, and it feels modern, it looks modern, but it's got that retro, you know, kind of gameplay feel. And they just really nailed that. I promise you that I did a whole lot better when I was playing this before. Oh, almost leveled up again. All right, that's Grip. I'm enjoying this a whole hell of a lot. It's due out this year, and I really couldn't be more excited for this. It's out on Steam Early Access right now, so you can buy it and play it. I don't know if the price is changing when it, you know, becomes a full release, but you should definitely get it at its current stage. It's got a lot of customization, lots of different vehicles. I stuck to just the one, but this is a really cool game that you definitely need to check out. Thanks.